From West Deptford High School on Halloween night, Comcast Cablevision presents Colonial Conference Football. Tonight, the 5-1 Thundering Herd of Woodbury High School visits the undefeated 6-0 Eagles of West Deptford High School. Hi, everybody. I'm Bob Shryock, along with old school Shawn Leary on a gorgeous night for football at West Deptford High School, and two neighborhood rivals in a big high school football game with a lot riding on this contest. Shawn, great to be with you again. You got to do something about that hair.
Well, you know, it's something usually I comb it back a little bit. Tonight I'm letting it go. It's Halloween night. Figure just, you know, it's you know what? It's that type of game where it's old school. You got old school football going on in the Colonial Conference. Woodbury, a powerful team, great speed. West Deptford, with all the weapons that they have, this should be a doozy.
Woodbury 5-1. They lost only to Paulsboro 13-0. West Deptford rolling along, 278 points in 6 games. They are undefeated. Many people think this could be the best football team in West Deptford High School history. That remains to be seen. But this Woodbury team really rolling along, Shawn, after a slow start, and they've got one of the great players in the area in 260-pound Chris Presley, a legitimate Division I prospect.
Well, that's what when I'm talking about old school, Chris Presley's an old school player. He comes out and really lays the wood on you. He can come out and run you over. At 265 pounds, imagine a fullback coming at you with great speed that can come full load with a football and run you over, and that's what he's done all season long. Chris Presley is the type of football player, towards the end of a game, he's going to really carry a football team, and they've been doing that all season. Since that loss to Paulsboro, Chris Presley has really taken his team on his shoulders along with Marvin McKinney, but Chris Presley is the guy that they need to have in a big game like this to come up and have a tremendous game.
And West Deptford, Shawn, has a tremendous number of weapons. Probably the number one weapon is their great senior leader, Tom Walls, closing in on another 1,000-yard season.
Well, that's another old school player. When you look at the fullback position in Gloucester County, it's amazing. And it starts with Tom Walls. He leads the area in touchdowns, points. He's up there in rushing yardage. This guy not only can do it on offense, he's a great hitter on defense. Comes up, makes the tackles, and he'll put a couple of guys out. If you're not paying attention to where Tom Walls is, he will totally lay you out. These two football players are outstanding, two fullbacks. It's going to be a great show tonight.
Shawn, this could be a high-scoring football game. You got two legitimately powerful offenses, great speed on both sides of the football. We could see a big scoring game.
Oh, exactly. West Deptford's been rolling up 40-some points a game, 50 points a game. Woodbury last week against a very strong Lindenwold team who we saw earlier in the year put up 34 points, 34-0. Both these teams are coming in on a high. This should be just a terrific old school football game on Halloween night.
What does Woodbury have to do to pull the upset, Shawn?
Well, what they need to do is control the football. In the last couple of years, these two teams have faced each other. I remember watching them on Comcast a couple of years. Woodbury doesn't have the big roster that West Deptford has, so they seem to get tired as the game goes on. If you stay on offense, control the ball, you take the ball to those big weapons on West Deptford, and that'll really key on Chris Presley. Getting those yardage, 5-6 yards, to start it on first down and get the momentum early.
Look for it, old school. You any chance for a haircut before the kickoff?
No, I'm going old school all game long.
Okay, great one coming up. West Deptford and Woodbury right after this. Colonial Conference football from West Deptford High School. Shawn Leary and Bob Shryock bringing the action. Zach Valentine's done a great job with this Woodbury program, Shawn.
Yeah, he certainly has. You see what his offense has been able to do this year, 205-34, and it's been 2 years now that Zach has taken over for Jim Boyd, and he's just done a tremendous job. This long line of tradition here at Woodbury High School, and there you see Clyde Folsom. And look at their numbers. Boy, 277-52. This team has really racked up some big points. And, you know, the coach for both these teams, but in particular, Coach Folsom, what he's done in the last 2 years is really phenomenal. We'll talk about that later in the game.
Brownell with a deep kickoff to the 4-yard line. Good downfield coverage by West Deptford. Their special teams are very special this year. The return by Marvin McKinney. So Woodbury will start its first possession deep in its own territory at its 15-yard line.
And that's something that Woodbury wanted to get off to a good start. They have good speed on special teams. They want to get the ball in McKinney and Presley's hands as often as possible tonight.
Sean Miller runs the offense for the Thundering Herd. They start with 15. First down and 10 just underway at West Deptford High School on Halloween night. McKinney threw and twisting, turning his way up to about the 19-yard line. Excuse me, the 24-yard line. Nice gain by McKinney of about 9 yards. It'll be second down and 1. He's a good one, Marvin McKinney.
There you see the Thunder Herd defense. Kyan Grimes along with McKinney and Presley in the backfield. Duffield and Harvey will split out. Robinson, McMahon, Medilli, Jefferson, and Muse on the offensive line for Woodbury.
And the pitch and the run by Grimes, his first carry. He'll have first down yardage to about the 27-yard line.
There you see the Eagles defense. Dom Liberto on the defensive end along with Ron Wilson. Nevid Robertson and Marina are on the inside. You see the linebackers, Walls, Denisi, defensive backs, Wolf, Brunel, Scarrato, and Howe. That is a great quad in the secondary for West Deptford.
Spot at the 26. They fake the handoff to Presley. McKinney trying to get to the corner, and good coverage on the corner.
Nice job by Tariq Howe, cornerback, to stay to the outside, not allow McKinney to turn the corner. McKinney, great numbers this year along with his counterparts, Presley and Grimes.
Gain of only a yard on the play. Second down and 9 for the Thundering Herd. The spot at the 28-yard line just underway. 10 minutes, 55 seconds to go. Woodbury with the first possession of the football game. Crowd arriving late on Halloween night. Presley pulling ahead and fumbles the football, and West Deptford recovers. So Presley on his first carry gets 3 or 4 yards, but turns the ball over to West Deptford, and you don't want to give this West Deptford offense this kind of field position this early in the football game.
No, certainly not. That's a big mistake for Woodbury. Early in the game, West Deptford with an explosive offense. You don't want to give them a short field. They can already take it the distance on you quickly, let alone giving them great field position like they have to start the game. You see Anthony Scarrato, the quarterback. Good numbers for him. 9 touchdowns, only 1 interception this year.
Walls, what a year, what a career he's had. Walls with the carry across the 30 down to about the 27-yard line. Walls will get about 5 yards. Walls with 791 rushing yards on the season coming in, and if he doesn't get to 1,000 tonight, he'll certainly get it next week.
Backs are Dave Maxwell, quarter young Tom Walls. Split out as Tariq Howe and Fran Malloy, tight end. Donikoff, Liberto, Mullen, Robinson, and Wilson. A really solid offensive line for West Deptford. They get everything going for those backs. Open up big holes all season long.
Second down and 5. And some running room, Wall into the open and running into the end zone for the touchdown on a great carry. The sophomore, Cordell Young. Great faking by Scarrato, and the Eagles make it look easy. Just 1 minute and 56 seconds into the football game, a 27-yard scoring run by sophomore Cordell Young, and it's 6-0 West Deptford.
He's been injured for much of the season so far, but you can see the explosiveness for Young. It looked like Woodbury didn't have an idea who had the football.
Oh, great faking by Scarrato on the play. And Brownell now, what a kicker he is. 30 for 33 on extra points this season. Missed only 1 all last year. He's one of the great kickers in Gloucester County history. He booms this one through easily. And just that quickly, after the turnover, West Deptford recovering on the 32-yard line of Woodbury. They take it in 2 plays. 27-yarder by Young for the touchdown. Brownell's extra point, 7-zip.
We're going to see the right, you're talking about the fake by Scarrato. That's going to open up everything. Woodbury buys it, and Cordell Young's going to come around that corner, and a great block on the outside. There is nobody. Looks like the defender fell down there.
What speed. They have such great. These are 2 teams with tremendous team speed, and I tell you, West Deptford just has so many weapons, Shawn, both offensively and defensively. Somebody was telling me they really have no weak area on their football team. Special teams are great, kicking teams are great. Offense, defense, receiving, running, they have everything.
This is probably one of the best West Deptford football teams that they've ever seen in this school's history. But yet they're still only 3rd in power points this year. There's a lot of good teams in Group 2. But they certainly, even at the number 3 spot, what they're at coming into tonight's game, they still probably have the most talent and the most complete team in Group 2.
Brownell will kick off. McKinney, the deep man, almost at the goal line, respecting that great leg of Brownell. So West Deptford with a early 7-0 lead. Another deep kick, well in. McKinney takes it at the 2-yard line. Running across field, and look at that downfield coverage. And again, Woodbury will be pinned inside the 20 at its own 15-yard line. Second straight. That's what that kicking game will do for you, Shawn. You don't see much of that in high school when a kicker pins a team that deep.
You're exactly right. And, you know, McKinney has real good speed and tried to cut it back upfield, made a couple of West Deptford tacklers miss. But you're exactly right. This pins Woodbury back. And that West Deptford defense is very hard to move the ball against.
Miller at quarterback. And Grimes going absolutely nowhere. Tremendous defensive play by number 4 for West Deptford. That is Tom Walls, who does it on both sides of the football. He makes a huge defensive play. Loss of a yard on the play, 2nd down and 11 for the Thundering Herd.
Well, as good as he is on the offensive side of the football, running the football, blocking, he also is such a dominating force on defense. He comes up and not only does he tackle guys, he really wears an opponent's running back down because he makes big hits at the linebacker position.
The pitch to Presley with his 2nd carry and pulling ahead and hard to bring down. So his 2nd carry produces some positive yardage out to about the 20-yard line. We'll give him 6 in the play and make it a 3rd down and 6 coming up for the Thundering Herd.
Bob, Chris Presley's a total package. And not only is he an outstanding athlete, he's great in the classroom, a really nice kid to talk to. He's got a lot of mannerisms about him. Just the complete package. If you wanted a kid on your football team, it's great to have a leader like Chris Presley.
Good fake on the play, but nothing doing. Short yardage for McKinney, and Woodbury is going to be forced to punt. So it's all going West Deptford's way early. Woodbury has been starting field position inside its own 20-yard line twice, and it has hurt them.
One of the things McKinney's going to have to do is he kind of danced on the outside there. He's going to have to cut it upfield more quickly. He has explosion to the outside, but this West Deptford secondary is very fast. He's going to need to turn it upfield a little quicker than that.
Kenny kicking for Woodbury. Bad snap. It goes through the legs of the kicker. Tries to kick it. It's going to be recovered in the end zone for a touchdown for West Deptford. Wow. Is that 28?
That's Blake Smith.
Blake Smith with the recovery as the snap from center went right through the legs of the kicker. He recovered at about the 1-yard line, tried to kick it. It was blocked and recovered by Blake Smith. And West Deptford with a 13-0 lead with just 8:01 to play in the first quarter. 2 turnovers, hurting Woodbury early. Not a good start for the Thundering Herd. Al Brownell will try to kick his 32nd extra point of the season. Good snap, good hold, good kick, 14-0.
Bob, you said this is going to be a high-scoring game. At this pace, I think we have 168 points. I hope everyone took the over in this game. 2 touchdowns in the first 4 minutes of the football game. This is not how Woodbury wanted to start. Low snap, not able to handle, goes through the legs of McKinney. He just tries to get something off, and Blake Smith scoops it up. Easy touchdown for the junior. And with that, West Deptford jumps out to a big margin early.
We'll take timeout. 14-0 West Deptford. West Deptford stunning Woodbury early. A turnover and a fumble, then a blocked punt attempt. 14-0 West Deptford, 8:01 to play first quarter. Brownell kicking off for the 3rd time here early in the football game.
I think this is a key play right here, right now.
Another one deep. McKinney takes it at the goal line, almost falls down. Looking for some running room. And again, he's some good open field running. He'll get it across the 20 this time, but
nice
only
return.
great athletic ability does that because he took it at the 1. How about that Brownell? 3 kickoffs, and all 3 of them inside the 5-yard line.
Well, this year we've really been focusing in on the kickoffs and where teams are getting the football, and I think a majority of the average get it around the 35. When you have somebody like Brownell, they pins them inside the 20. And that really hampers an offense, especially if you're making mistakes like Woodbury is. It gives the other team the opportunity to score very quickly. West Deptford's done that here this evening.
Woodbury needs to get its offense together. McKinney with the pitch, trying to get to the corner, turns it back inside and gets some decent yardage up to the 30-yard line. It'll be second down for Woodbury. They need a sustained drive here, Shawn. A couple first downs just to get their offense in gear, and if nothing else, reverse the poor field position.
And that's exactly what McKinney can do for you once he gets to the outside. Instead of dancing and allowing that speed to come up on you with the secondary, hit the hole quickly and gain 5, 6, 7 yards. Because now when you're in second and short, you can give it to the big fella and you can get first downs and move the chains.
That's what they do, but Presley going nowhere. And did they lose it? Oh, my goodness. Presley fumbles for the second time early on, and West Deptford recovers. 3 turnovers. 7:16 to play in the first quarter, and Woodbury is stunned by the events. West Deptford with a 14-0 lead and with the football at the 30-yard line of Woodbury. Their defense needs to stop here, Shawn, or this could get out of hand early.
Really surprising so far, the mistakes by Woodbury. And again, giving West Deptford excellent field position.
Walls with the carry. He's into the open. They can't pull him down. Look at Walls carrying Packers into the end zone from the last 10 yards. This is amazing. 7:09 to play first period. It's 20-0. West Deptford. This is an incredible start by the Eagles, Shawn.
Unbelievable.
4 minutes and 51 seconds. They have scored 3 times on 3 turnovers. Woodbury just can't get out of the hole. Brownell will kick again. He's a perfect 2 for 2. Zach Valentine really has a challenge now getting Woodbury back in this football game. Great snap. Brownell drills this one. It's good. 21-0 Eagles. We'll see this touchdown. Watch this run by Walls. This is incredible.
This is a great job. This is a great job by the offensive line. They're going to get a great push. Walls, a nice hole to run right up through. Nice block here by Kudo. Yeah, it just misses him a little bit.
Look at this. They just can't tackle.
But no, you just can't tackle him that way. You can't drag down this guy.
That is desirable. Then he reaches out to get the football over the goal line. That is the 17th touchdown of the season for Tom Walls, and this is a mind-boggling start by West Deptford. We're still only 5 minutes into the football game. And again, there's the fans, West Deptford fans loving every minute. And Shawn, I got to mention again, all 3 of these touchdowns set up by Brownell pinning Woodbury deep with those long kickoffs.
Well, the combination of Brownell pinning him deep and then Woodbury mistakes. And you allow this West Deptford offense, that type of momentum, they're going to score, they're going to hurt you, they're going to cause your mistakes. They're going to turn them into points, and that's what they have now with a 21-0 lead. And again, the good thing for Woodbury is this is all happening early. With 7 minutes here left in the first quarter, they have plenty of time to come back in this football game. But they have to get it going, start concentrating, focusing more. More importantly, getting a good return on.
Brownell with another deep kick. This one goes into the end zone, and that's a touchback. So he has 3 kicks inside the 5 plus a touchback. That is some kind of kicking. And Woodbury will start from its 20-yard line.
Well, if you're Woodbury, maybe he's going to get tired soon.
Whew.
He's doing a lot of kicking right now.
I have not seen West Deptford play this year, but they are impressive. They do everything right. I'd like to see Woodbury have a sustained drive here, though, and get mentally back in the ball game, Shawn, or we could have a runaway.
Well, the scary thing about this West Deptford team is they've been really scoring a lot of points, doing it a lot of different ways, and they've been doing it without an injured Cordell Young, who returned a couple of games ago.
Very little yardage. Only a yard pickup, 2nd down and 9.
C.J. Marina coming up, making a nice tackle on the play. You're right, Bob. This team, as you can see, really does not have a weakness, and that special teams play, especially during playoff time, could really carry a team in close games.
McKinney with the pitch, showing that speed. Good run by McKinney. He'll be short of the first down, but positive yardage. To about the 27-yard line.
If you're looking for a positive note for Woodbury, it's the last couple of runs by McKinney. In the first couple of carries, he kind of danced to the outside, was going east-west. The last couple of carries, he turned it upfield and gained about 6 or 7 yards.
There's a big play here, 3rd down and 3. Woodbury needs a first down to hold on to the football and develop some kind of momentum. This is a big play for the Thundering Herd. 3rd and 3. Presley with the carry. He'll have the first down, pushing backwards aside. They still haven't brought him down. Great second effort run by Presley. First down to the Thundering Herd. They needed that one. They run to the 41-yard line. And Woodbury with its second first down of the football game. Great run by Presley.
This is just a bull that's going to carry the football, and it's nearly impossible to just try and tackle him one-on-one. Somebody's grabbing the backside of him, pushes one guy back, takes about 4 other guys to bring him down.
That is a great run.
Still moves the pile.
Whoa, terrific run by Presley. First down and 10, Woodbury, ball at their own 41-yard line. McKinney, the reverse. McKinney into the clear. McKinney could go. He's at the 40. He's at the 30. He's at the 20. He's at the 10, finally dragged down from behind. A great run by McKinney, and Woodbury with an opportunity here to get on the scoreboard and turn this around. What a wonderful run by McKinney, all the way down to the 8-yard line. A 51-yard run by McKinney. Tremendous run.
This is an impressive run. There's a couple impressive plays in here. The fake inside the Presley, then he comes up. And he said, but look at that little cut right there. He's going to make a couple of guys miss. Now look who's tracking him down here. That's number 3. You know who number 3 is?
That's Brunell.
The kicker, Jake Brunell. Not only does he kick, he's a great athlete. Nice track down against a very speedy Marvin McKinney.
First down and goal, Woodbury. They're at the 8-yard line of West Deptford. And a rollout by Miller. And Miller dragged down from behind, and he'll lose a yard on the play. Kyle Miller, the quarterback. Second down and goal for the Thundering Herd with 4 minutes, 30 seconds to play in an electrifying first period.
The reason why that play doesn't work is too much east to west movement. He's got to cut up field a little earlier than that. You can't allow the linebackers, Tom Walls and Ed Denisi, to track you down because those guys have great speed. They get to the outside quickly, and as I said, the cornerbacks come up and make plays on you. They'll string you out, and you'll get nowhere fast.
Second and goal. A reverse, McKinney trying to cut it back inside. He slips, but he still gets some decent yardage down to about the 5, where it'll be 3rd down and goal.
We've seen that play during their scrimmages and during the preseason, and this is a tough play to defend. Ken Grimes handing it back off to McKinney. McKinney throwing that football out there, but he decides to cut it up in early. And this is 4-down territory for Woodbury. Right now, I believe they're at the 5-yard line.
3rd down and goal. 3 minutes, 33 seconds to play first period. 21-0 West Deptford, but Woodbury with an opportunity to cut into that deficit. The pitch to Presley. Presley back inside, bowling ahead, but knocked down at about the 2 or 3 yard line, and that'll bring up a 4th down in the biggest play of the football game so far for Woodbury coming up here. They need a score.
Man, this is a tough call. A real tough call for Zach Valentine.
Big crowd has assembled. It was slow gathering, Shawn, but we have a nice crowd now. Of course, everybody was probably handing out Halloween candy until around kickoff time.
We went out early, Bob. We were smart.
I was out at 4 o'clock in my neighborhood. 4th down and goal coming up for the Thundering Herd. Presley, the lone back, set behind Miller. Miller rolling. Firing it over the middle, and it's knocked down in the end zone, and the West Deptford defense holds on a first down and goal from the 8-yard line. So Woodbury misses its opportunity to get on the scoreboard.
This is great defense by Tariq Howe, the cornerback. trying to look inside. Doing a quick slant to McKinney. And look at Tariq out from the backside come over. Great defensive play.
That is a good play. Very good.
Terrific.
Now West Deptford starting from deep in its own territory, but with this electrifying offense, anything can happen here. First down and 10, Eagles. Late stages, first quarter. Woodbury's defense doing the job.
It was also a nice play there by Kyan Grimes, I think, comes up and makes the initial hit from the corner.
Young held without a yard. It's second down and 10 for the Eagles. Woodbury would like to hold here, force a punt, and get good field possession back. So Woodbury, after a tremendous 51-yard run by McKinney, unable to push it in from the 8-yard line on a first and goal. The middle of Woodbury defense stops Walls after a short yardage pickup. It'll be third down for West Deptford. 2-yard pickup. It'll be third down and 8. So credit that West Deptford or that Woodbury defense on these two plays, and they need another good one here with 1:30 to play, first quarter. And West Deptford, after converting 3 Woodbury turnovers, with a 21-0 advantage. Scarrato on the keeper. Scarrato in, almost breaks it into the clear. He'll get first down yardage and a lot more, but he almost broke that play, Shawn.
Yeah, it took Kyle Harvey and Brian Duffield to take him down, but Anthony Scarrato, you talk about Walls and all the rest of those guys, you're going to see Scarrato on a rollout here, gets to the outside, and he has a great burst of speed himself. This kid, there's been a lot of talk from all these other athletes here in West Deptford, but Scarrato is really going to make a mark for himself as a tremendous athlete here, not only on the football field, but also he's a great baseball player. 15-yard
gain by Scarrato. Walls with the carry, pushing ahead for a few yards up to about the 24-yard line. Pickup of 4. It'll be second down and 6. Time for maybe one more play here in the first quarter. Woodbury, couple of turnovers, and West Deptford scoring all 3 touchdowns in the first 5 minutes of the football game, and that's where we stand at 21-0. 30 seconds to play in the first. Second down and 8 for the Eagles. They run the reverse. Good yardage here, and close to a first down, maybe a little bit short. Is Cordell Young, that super sophomore for West Deptford, and they do get the first down. So West Deptford out of the shadow of its own goal line with a couple of back-to-back first downs. Clock running. That should be the final play of the first period. And we'll take time out from West Deptford High School. West Deptford 21, Woodbury nothing. All West Deptford in the first quarter. They lead Woodbury 21-0 in this battle of Colonial Conference Titans. Shawn, Leary, and Bob Shryock from West Deptford. First and 10 for the Eagles from their own 32-yard line as we begin period number 2. Dead ball foul call. This will be his first penalty of the football game. So this will back West Deptford up 5 yards.
Full start on the offense. Still first down.
Danny Wilson, the referee on today's officiating crew. West Deptford with a first and 15 from the 27-yard line, just underway in the second quarter. Good crowd on hand at West Deptford High School. Under the lights, West Deptford trying to go 7-0. Corrado can't find a receiver, and he'll be driven out of bounds. Good defense by Woodbury. The play made over on the corner by number 15, Curtis Stokes. Real good sophomore in this Woodbury team.
Looked like that ball might have popped out of his hands, but I think West Deptford was able to recover it. Scarrato, nice play fake. Going to the outside, looking for somebody.
So Woodbury comes up with a fumble.
Woodbury makes the tackle. Yeah, that's right. Well, there wasn't much celebration. I guess when you're down 21-0, you don't celebrate as much as you would if it was a closer, tight ball
I thought
game.
the ball was out of bounds.
But that's
Woodbury,
a big turnover now for Woodbury. They need to convert this into points.
This will be their second opportunity after trailing 21-0, and they have great field position here at the 26-yard line. West Deptford, this steamrolling its opponents all season long. 277 team points coming in, 21-0 tonight already. And West Deptford's been a high-scoring machine itself, even though they suffered a shutout loss to Paulsboro early in the season, 13-0. Each of these teams, Shawn, leading their divisions of the Colonial Conference too, and Woodbury in a tie in its division, and West Deptford pretty much has things in hand in its division.
Yeah, Woodbury tied along with Haddon Heights and Paulsboro at 2-1. West Deptford at 4-0, already defeating the trailing Sterling, who is 3-1.
So West Deptford turns the ball over, and an opportunity for Woodbury High School. Picking his way for a couple of yards, and only a couple, is McKinney. It'll be second down and about 8.
One thing Haddonfield had some success against West Deptford last week was throwing the football. They came out and threw it a little bit, was able to score some points against this terrific West Deptford defense. You know, wouldn't be surprised if you might see a play-action pass from Miller trying to go up top to get some yardage.
Miller with a quick out to McKinney. Breaks one tackle, gets around the corner. Good run by McKinney as he breaks a tackle in the secondary, in the backfield, and makes positive yardage out of the play.
That's a great call by Valentine. He's just going to get the ball outside of McKinney's hands where he can go one-on-one with a defensive back. And chances are McKinney's going to win that almost every time.
Breaks Brunell's tackle that time. It'll be first down and 10 Woodbury. The ball at the 16-yard line. First down and 10 Woodbury with its second good chance to score. They're still in this football game. It's 21-0, but a score here turns things around significantly. Presley, the lone back, set behind Miller. Some motion. Grimes, Presley with the carry.
They did a nice job, the West Deptford defense.
Good faking for the play,
not going
Miller
with the
held
fake.
the football and actually
you're right.
it's about a yard.
Miller got about maybe 1 yard. West Deptford does a nice job of not buying the fake with Presley up the middle. Miller trying to hold the football.
Second down and 9, the spot at the 15-yard line. 10 minutes, 44 seconds to play in the half. Woodbury desperately needing a touchdown to get back in the football game. Miller with the pitch to Presley, has some room. Presley dragged out from behind. That is a touchdown-saving tackle by number 9, Ed Denisi, because if he doesn't tackle him, John, he steamrollers into the end zone.
Yeah, he had plenty of room once he got past that defensive end. Miller just going to pitch it out here to Presley.
That's a great tackle
make
by
you a little
Denisi.
bit nervous. Denisi doing a nice job, though, just grabbing the heels of the big Woodbury fullback. And that's going to bring up probably a 3rd and short.
Ball at the 6-yard line. They need less than a yard for the first down.
They're going to bring the chains, Bob.
They'll bring the chains in to see how close they are or if they actually got it. So Woodbury with another chance to get on the scoreboard.
I think it might be a little short.
About a foot and a half. Okay, just give the ball to Presley here. I wouldn't try anything else, would you?
No, nothing else. Absolutely not.
First thing you got to do is get the first down. But that 260-pound Division I prospect, he ought to be able to get a foot and a half.
The one thing that's got to concern you now is Presley has fumbled the ball twice already in this game. Maybe you just pull it down with your quarterback, get the quarterback sneak, and try to pick it up that way. But if I had a 265-pound fullback,
And he is a good one.
Yeah, I'd let him maybe get the momentum going forward. Maybe he could even carry it into the end zone.
Or Miller might just keep it on a sneak to get that yardage.
Yeah.
He'll sneak right ahead and get the yardage inside the 5. Then it'll bring up a first down and goal for the Thundering Herd. It's a smart play.
Smart play and a nice play by Millers. He goes up top. Usually you'll see quarterbacks just kind of turn low or maybe turn their body away and just push with their legs. He's going to do the old leap here. Just gets right underneath of his center, goes airborne. It's a way to maybe lose that football, but he's got a good hand on it.
So Woodbury had a first and goal at the 8-yard line in the first quarter, failed to score. Now they have a first and goal from the 5-yard line.
I would run Presley 4 times straight up the middle this play.
Pitch to Grimes. Grimes cutting it back inside, but he's cut down on a great tackle. Denisi with another tackle.
Yeah, this time, and there's a lot of things that can happen here. You can get a fumble. Of course, you can get tripped up in the backfield. Kyan Grimes getting back to the line of scrimmage. I would just play nothing but power football with that big 265-pound fullback of mine.
No gain by Grimes, and it's second down and goal. Denisi with another saving tackle. Miller to throw. Can't find the receiver, and he'll be sacked for a big loss. Liberto with part of the tackle. Liberto, one of the leaders on this team, Dom Liberto. And will make a third down and goal.
Looks like he had some time, but the secondary doing a nice job of covering. Drops back. He's looking for McKinney. And trying to go over the middle. Everything breaks down. And too much time. He's got to get rid of that football a little earlier than that. West Deptford is going to be able to put the pressure.
Liberto gets credit for the sack, but he had a lot of help on the play, boxing in Miller. So it's now third and goal. The ball at the 12-yard line. 8:10 to play in the half. Miller has time this time. Incompleted pass. And that'll bring up a fourth down and goal. So Woodbury unable to score from the 8 with a first and goal. Now has a first and goal from the 5 in jeopardy.
Now Miller doesn't get a whole lot of chances to do this. He doesn't throw the football that much in this offense. But he lays a nice pass there to McKinney on the outside.
Good effort by McKinney.
And I don't know if it's hard to get a good look at this. McKinney looks like...
Hard to tell.
Yeah, it's hard to tell if that ball hit first, but obviously line judge had a real good look at it. He was right there.
Fourth down play for Woodbury from the 12-yard line. An alley-oop pass, and he had a man open,
He did. He
but
got his
overshot him. That was Brian Duffield. And West Deptford will get the ball as the defense for the second time holds Woodbury on a first and goal from inside the 10. We'll take timeout from West Deptford High School. 21-0 Eagles. First and 10, the Eagles having a good night.
Vic and Torrey.
First down and goal ball at first and 10 from the 11-yard line. Woodbury defense, you got to give them some credit, Shawn, because after that 21-0 blitz in the first 5 minutes, the Woodbury defense has done a real good job.
Yeah, they certainly have. They need to. I mean, they absolutely have to make some stops.
No gain on the play, second down and 10. 7 minutes, 30 seconds to play, first half. A lot of room for Young down the sideline. He's at the 40, the 45, finally knocked down, but that's a huge gain of 34 yards by that gifted number 2, Dave Maxwell.
Yeah, Dave Maxwell. A lot of talk is Young and Walls, but this guy, he's as good as any other third back that you're going to find in South Jersey. Dave Maxwell just turns it upfield. Plenty of room, great blocking. Doesn't go out of bounds. Going to run a couple of guys over before he picks up another 4 or 5 yards.
Very young team. Maxwell only a junior. There's so many good underclassmen on this team too. Maxwell with a huge run. Desperado is going to be dropped from behind. Tremendous defensive play. Thundering Herd needed that one. Charles Smith with the great play for Woodbury. A loss on the play.
Yeah, Charles Smith, only 5'6", 165, the senior. He's going to come shooting through the line, and that's just good speed.
That's a good play by Smith. Real good
He
tackle.
fought off a block and maybe even a hold on that play. And corral Scarrato, not allowing him to get to the outside. A big play for Woodbury. Now they need to make another one here. They can't allow a big second down play.
Well, they got a pretty good second down play. They don't get all the yardage they need, but they get all the loss back plus. Run by Walls, and it'll be third down, West Deptford, and 8.
They're just going to get a dose of Walls straight up the middle. Walls going straight up the gut.
Yeah,
Harvey coming up on the play.
Not an easy guy to bring down.
Justin Elmore just riding him for a couple of yards, but again, not a big play. This allows at least Woodbury to face a 3rd and 8 defensively and forcing West Deptford maybe into a passing
in the
situation.
backfield along with Walls. Scarrato firing on the run. Completed pass to number 82, Fran Malloy, for the first down into Woodbury territory. Good throw on the run by Scarrato. It'll be first down at the 42-yard line.
Yeah, this is a little rollout, a little 10-yard and out. Gets beyond the sticks, 6'2", 180-pound senior. Running to attend Rutgers, picks up the first down.
First and 10 West Deptford there at the 42 of Woodbury. They run a reverse. And battling for extra yardage with a good twisting run. That's Maxwell again. Maxwell with a pickup of about 4. It'll be 2nd and 6. Late stages of the first half, 5:10 to play, and West Deptford with a comfortable 21-0 lead, trying to get more before halftime.
Yeah, and I think it's imperative for Woodbury to negate any more points for West Deptford.
Young with the carry. Young cutting it back inside. And he'll advance the football to about the 36, where it'll be third down for Woodbury and about 5 to go. Good job by the Woodbury defense that time, holding Young to about a yard. The Woodbury defense being tested again here. Third and 5 for the Eagles. Scarrato getting a big rush, firing it on the run, completing it to Brownell, and that'll be a first down. So Brownell, the superb kicker, shows that he can help in other ways too with a first down catch.
And Scarrato is going to do a nice job rolling out to his right and firing a strike to an open receiver downfield. So you can see he has no problem with that athletic body and arm that he has to get to the outside and throw on the run.
Ball to 25, first and 10. Young with the carry, and Young gets very little this time. Good job by the Woodbury defense. Justin Elmore, 240-pound senior two-way lineman with a fine play. Pickup of only a yard in the play, 2nd down and 9, ball at the 24. It's been a good sustained drive by West Deptford.
You see little cheerleader trying to pump her Eagles up for another touchdown.
Walls straight ahead into the secondary. Looking at pushing the pile ahead. Oh, what a runner he is. He is so tough. This team has 2 great power runners, Walls and Presley, and Walls with the big first down carry.
This is why Division I schools are looking at him. You're going to see him here break through the middle, has the good speed to get to the get past the line of scrimmage. But then the extra added advantage that he has is he'll drag about 5 Woodbury tacklers another 6-7 yards.
First and 10, ball at the 11. Oh, pitch to Walls. Walls gets a couple. 2 minutes, 57 seconds to go in the half. Walls gets 2 in the play. 2nd down and 8. Ball inside the 10. Spotted about the 9-yard line.
What a collision here. This is a good look. Walls on the pitch here, and look who's going to meet him. Number 22, Chris Presley, is going to come up from the linebacker position to bang!
Oh, good tackle by Presley. 2nd down call for Scarrato. And again, the interior of the Woodbury defense doing a good job holding Walls to short yardage. 2:20 to play in the half.
Looked like that was big David Robinson for Woodbury. Number 74, 6'6", 239-pound senior. That starts both ways.
3rd down and about 7 for West Deptford as the clock ticks down to 2 minutes in the first half. And if they don't get the first down here, we could see a Brownell field goal.
Right, and that's the luxury that you have with a kicker like Brownell, is you can make this a 4-score game.
Some room to the outside. Cut back inside by Maxwell. He's done yeoman work on this drive, and this is going to be close to a first down, close enough that I think they're going to measure.
Maxwell just going to turn the corner. He came up a little gimpy on that play. But you get Walls out in front of you. Turns the corner. What he does right here is he does a nice job of setting up his blockers. Wants to cut it back upfield. But Kyle Harvey does a terrific job standing his ground on the corner, fighting off the block, and bringing down Maxwell.
Clyde Folsom happy with the first half, and why not? His team up 21-0. 1st and goal, so West Deptford is going to have a 1st and goal from about the 1-yard line with 1:44 to go, and this is it's got to be Tom Wells territory, doesn't it, Shawn?
I wouldn't give it to anybody else.
You got John Cobb on the chain gang.
Yeah, I think it might be.
Councilman Cobb, soccer coach Cobb, insurance man Cobb, golfer Cobb.
Philadelphia Eagles season ticket holder, John Cobb.
1st and goal from the 1. Straight ahead with Walls, and he is in for the touchdown. So Walls with his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 18th of the season, as Shawn said in the pregame, one of the leading scorers in the area. And he makes it 27-0 with a 1-yard scoring run. A nice long sustained drive by the Eagles. And their first score since the 5-minute mark of the first period. But their lead now a very healthy 27-0. And Brownell will try to make it 4 for 4 from placement. Well, he gets a great snap. He can really boot the ball. He's 4 for 4. It's 28-0. And Brownell now 34 for 37 on the season on extra points. That's pretty good.
Not bad. It's always a luxury to have a guy like that. And again, especially come tournament time, because that's going to allow your teams to get those 3 extra points, or an opportunity at the 3 extra points in big games. Walls just going straight up the gut. Almost loses the football there. Came very close, actually, to losing the football. Does a nice job of pulling it back. And like you said, Bob, his 18th touchdown of the season among the area's leaders. The leader in the Gloucester County Times area in both scoring touchdowns and points scored, and also
this is 28 push-ups.
Yeah, it might be. If they have 28 push-ups.
My high school did that.
Good form on a couple of those push-ups. A couple of them kind of lazy.
They did that when I went to high school, Shawn. The only problem was we went through one season, we didn't score any points. So the cheerleaders didn't get to do any.
You know what would happen?
Yeah.
That's really, you know what's really bad there is because, you know, cheerleaders are good-looking girls in your school. That's also bad because they would start to look like me. They don't get any exercise. You probably have some big cheerleaders.
Brownell with 1 touchback already tonight. He has 22 on the season. That is remarkable for a high school kicker. Another deep, long kick by Brownell. Taken at the goal line. Ball is loose. Oh my. On a tremendous hit, Woodbury recovers. that was Justin Elmore who recovered the, is that Elmore, number 50? Recovered that?
This is just a big time hit. Here you see
Smith, ball carrier.
Coming up, he's going to try to go through middle and bang, right onto the football. Nice job. Looked like that was Andrew Young coming up and forcing the fumble. Of course, Woodbury recovers. Now with 1:11 left, Woodbury's going to have to try to move it upfield in a hurry.
McKinney with the carry gets pretty good yardage, gets about 5, second down and 5. We're at the 1 minute mark of the first half. It has been pretty much all West Deptford. However, Woodbury had 2 opportunities in this half. Remember, to score on 1st and goal from inside the 10, was unable to do it either time, and that's a big factor in this football game. Miller at the helm, the pitch straight ahead to Presley. Presley battling. The ball pops loose again. But I think the whistle had blown before the ball came loose, and it did. It'll be a first down pickup by Presley. I'm not sure.
Let's listen to the whistle here.
Miller at the helm, the pitch straight ahead to Presley. Presley battling. The ball pops.
On that replay, it sounded like the ball came out before.
First down and 10. Miller rolling, looking to throw deep, has a man open momentarily. It's intercepted at the 50-yard line with 14 seconds to go, and West Deptford gets the ball back. 4th turnover that Woodbury has suffered here in a forgettable first half for the Thundering Herd.
He's just going to try to hit a streaking wide receiver down the field. And Wolf is just playing safety there, looking for Kyan Grimes.
So let's see if West Deptford just sits on the football or they try to get another one here before halftime. 14 seconds to go.
And that's not Woodbury's strength. They're not a team that likes to throw the football.
And smart play by Clyde Folsom. They don't want to risk an interception and a Woodbury touchdown late. So a big first half for undefeated West Deptford High School. They convert 3 turnovers into touchdowns, and they lead 28-0 at halftime. The fans from West Deptford loving it. First half highlights, West Deptford and Woodbury.
This was the play by Cordell Young to open up the scoring right here. Untouched, wide open, walks through for the first score for West Deptford. Only 2 minutes into the game. Here is the punt block. West Deptford set to return. Ball snapped between McKinney's legs, and Blake Smith is going to come up and make a great recovery into the end zone. Ball just pops up into his hand. West Deptford, 2 minutes later, has a 14-0 lead. Then after another turnover, West Deptford hands off to Tommy Walls. He bursts through the middle, takes a couple of guys into the end zone, reaches for a touchdown, his 17th of the year. It gives West Deptford a 21-0 lead, only 5 minutes into the game. Now Woodbury was able to drive the ball. On a 4th and goal, they look to pass, and a nice play on the outside by Tariq Howe, who comes over, knocks the ball away, prohibiting Woodbury to get back into the game there. And again, Walls straight up the middle to cap off a 28-point half for West Deptford, dominated with the running ability of Tom Walls, Anthony Young, Dave Maxwell. Woodbury had the ball majority for the first 5 minutes. West Deptford led 21-0 and only had 54 seconds time of possession and already had a 21-0 lead. And that symbolizes turnovers and mistakes for Woodbury. They were able to move the football. However, just a few mistakes and not be able to punch it in allowed West Deptford the 28-0 lead. There you see the halftime stats. Pretty even in yardage and first downs, but the big story is turnovers. 4 for the Thundering Herd, 1 for the Eagles. And that's the big difference in any big game. This game really touted in a lot of papers and through a lot of people. They're lined up along the fences here. Woodbury is going to have their work cut out for them if they want to get back into this game in the second half.
And West Deptford will receive the second half kickoff. So it was a strange first half. Turnovers and Woodbury's inability to score from inside the 10. Those turnovers setting up 3 of the 4 West Deptford scores, and Woodbury with 2 first and goals, neither one able to convert. That's pretty much the story of the football game. Kicking off for West Deptford, Brandon Muse. We're underway in the second half. Good kickoff. Going to be taken at about the 11-yard line. And pretty good coverage downfield by the Thundering Herd.
And a nice stick down there as Woodbury comes out fired up in the second half after a nice tackle on special teams. But they got to continue that fire throughout the second half if they want to get back in. They're going to need some big plays by.
Woodbury's a team that won't quit. Zach Valentine won't let them. He's a very high energy coach, done a great job with this program. Tremendous coaching staff on both sides, and so many Woodbury graduates assistance to Zach Valentine. 1st and 10 for West Deptford. And they run straight ahead by Walls. Good yardage up to about the 32-yard line, where it'll be 2nd down and 5 for the undefeated West Deptford Eagles. It was homecoming day. Nice halftime ceremony, Shawn.
Yeah, they had the homecoming queens, court. King was down there and all his buddies. Some good tunes, Bob. Good time. They got good food here at West Deptford. They got the grill working.
Did you have something to eat that I missed?
No, I didn't, but it smelled real good.
Straight ahead again to Walls. Short of the first down. And Woodbury defense still in there battling. It'll be an advance to the 35-yard line. 3rd down and 2 for West Deptford. Woodbury in need of a stop here, forcing a West Deptford punt. They need to get the ball back and get back in this football game.
Now, this might sound funny, but Woodbury's done a decent job on Walls. He has 10 carries for 65 yards, but he had a long touchdown run of about 30 yards. Other than that, they've done a nice job of holding Walls, and also for West Deptford, they've been able to shut down Presley for the most part.
Walls again, and he'll get the first down. 3 straight carries by Walls, gets him the first down to the 41-yard line. Great possession ball carrier for West Deptford High School. When they need a yard or two, they give it to Walls.
And you know what? There's not a whole lot said about the line play, but I always like talking about it. Those guys do a great job of opening the hole for Tom Walls, and he just burst through the middle of that. Forget about it. He's going to take a couple of guys on, and he knows where those chains are.
Maxwell, who had a good first half, looking for some yardage, and he makes a nice cutback to pick up an extra 7 or 8 yards, and he'll get the ball inside Woodbury territory to about the 47-yard line. Maxwell, kind of an unsung player in this team, but he does a job again here.
He certainly is. He's going to get to the outside. Watch Lonnie Robinson here. This is what they call a pancake, where he just levels his blocker. Bang! He gets him to the ground, stays on top of him, and allows Maxwell an extra 9 yards as he darts to the outside. Lonnie Robinson, 5'10", 205 junior.
Ball at the 47, 1st and 10 for the Eagles. Scorado fires it. Incompleted. That's the first incompletion by Scorado. He had been 2 for 2, and as good as this West Deptford running game is, Scorado has been very effective throwing the football too this season, Shawn.
Yeah, well, he's just one of those guys that can just do just about anything for you. 30 for 57, 588 yards, 9 touchdowns, and 1 interception.
That's pretty good ratio.
And I'll tell you what, he's just as good a defender. He's a terrific safety.
Young cutting it back inside, still on his feet, battling for yardage. Great run by Young. He'll advance the ball to about the 32-yard line for another West Deptford first down. And
what I like about Cordell Young is he's a slasher. He's going to look here. He's going to find his hole. There you see Liberto and Tom Walls up ahead. Tom Walls puts a little hit on McKinney. And just Young, he just slashes. He slips out of tackles. He does what he needs to do to get himself in a good position to get in the open field and let that 4-4 speed do the rest for him.
He pulled his tackler another 3 or 4 yards in that great run. First down and 10 for the Eagles. Walls with a straight ahead carry. His advance to about the 27-yard line. He'll pick up 4. It'll be second down and 6 for the Eagles. 9 minutes, 5 seconds to play, third quarter. All West Deptford, they lead at 28-0.
What I really like about Walls, Bob, is he always picks up 5-6 yards when you give him the football. Rarely do you see him get touched for a loss.
Shryock rolling right. He'll keep the football. He has some yards. He has some open daylight. Shryock knocked out of bounds finally at about the 10, and he'll have a first down carry.
Well, I think if he would have cut it upfield, he would have had a touchdown. But that just shows you the ability of that young man. He gets to the outside, and he's a fluid runner. He's just like a running back to that outside. Fakes the ball out to Maxwell, and then he's going to cut it upfield. Right there, looks like if he would have cut left, you would have seen there's a big hole. He goes to the outside, and Woodbury, Kyle Harvey on the outside, make sure that he doesn't get into the end zone.
First and 10 ball at the 11. Walls with the carry, and Walls will get it down to about the 9-yard line.
Once again, we like to remind the owner of a truck with
Second down and 8. West Deptford has had possession of the football the first 3 minutes and 40 seconds of the third quarter.
Shryock being recruited by some big-time schools, Nebraska, Boston College, Iowa, Virginia, Maryland, Wisconsin, all have talked to a young junior who has great skill.
Young trips, he had some room, but he looked like he tripped over his own man.
Either that or his own feet.
Gained about a yard in the play. It'll be third down and 8.
This is Cordell Young, just takes the handoff, tries to get to the outside. You have those big guys in front of you, Liberto and Walls. Looked like he had them too. They had sealed that corner, and he just gets clipped up by his own left foot and goes down.
Third down and 8 for the Eagles. Shryock rolling right, keeping the football, cutting it back inside, and we might see a Brownell field goal here.
And now you have to credit Kyle Harvey with that touchdown-saving tackle on the outside. Prohibits Shryock from getting in and forcing now West Deptford to try a field goal. For most teams,
the spot will be from the 19-yard line, 29-yard field goal by one of the real premier kickers in high school football in this region, Jake Brownell, who's 6 for 8 on field goals this season. Out of the hold is Shryock. Good snap. Plenty of distance, and he drills it through. Brownell with his 7th field goal of the season out of 9 attempts. Not bad. 31-0 West Deptford. That young man can really kick the football.
You come up against those big teams. Moorestown could be in their future. Overbrook. That's always good to have a very strong special teams player like Jake Brownell.
So that drive consuming 5 minutes, 16 seconds by West Deptford, culminating with a 29-yard Brownell field goal, and West Deptford with a comfortable 31-0 lead. Woodbury will have its first possession of the second half. Didn't expect this, Shawn. Woodbury, fine football team. They've been on a roll the last 4 weeks, and they thought they would keep it closer than this. But of course, still a long way to go, and they're only a big run or two away from getting back in the football game.
Yeah, Woodbury needs a couple of big plays, and they need them in a hurry, but they do have the talent on the football field to do that. Kyan Grimes and Marvin McKinney, Chris Presley, very touted by a lot of people, but those guys have the opportunity to take it the distance quickly, and they'd love to do it here, but the strength of Jake Brownell on kickoffs doesn't allow them to really set up any type of a wedge.
Well, he is a weapon, isn't he, Brownell?
Very impressive. Along with Tom Beese, Now Murph Trout for Gloucester Catholic. Nino Palomini for Gloucester. There's some really good
Deep
ones.
kickoff. Smith at the 5. Smith with some room. Breaks one tackle. Still on his feet. Good return. And a return to about the 30-yard line. It'll be first down and 10 for Woodbury. And Woodbury needing a drive here, a long run, something to get them on the scoreboard, get them mentally back in the football game.
A lot of people expected this to be a very tight, close football game with the surge Woodbury has put on the last few weeks, especially shutting out Lindenwold last week. That was such an impressive.
Yeah, it's a good
win for them.
Lindenwold team.
There you see Zach Valentine. He's got to be really disappointed. That guy's a really, really good coach. And I wouldn't see anybody in the halls of Woodbury who wouldn't want to play for that guy.
Presley with the run, great run. Outstanding run by Presley up to about the 40-yard line. First down for Woodbury. Presley pretty much held in check in the first half.
Here they bring Presley up. Yeah, the 6 carries for 32 yards. Makes Walls miss there. Powers upfield, gets himself a first down.
Good looking back, Chris Presley. And a nice run and a good second effort by Grimes, and he'll get it up to about midfield. So good back-to-back runs by Woodbury, by Presley, and now by Grimes. And this will be about a 9-yard pickup. Second down and 1, ball right at midfield.
A lot of people, including myself, has talked about Presley and McKinney. But Kyan Grimes came into the game 36 carries for 341 yards and 6 touchdowns.
Both of these teams with a lot of offensive weapons. Double wing. Miller, the quarterback for Woodbury. They use some motion. Presley with the carry. He's hit. Bounces off one, but not off the second and third tacklers, and will actually lose about a yard. And that'll bring up a third down and about a yard and a half for the Thundering Herd.
Give it to him again. I'd go right back to him. That's not going to happen very often, that guy's going to be stopped at the line of scrimmage. Nice job on the right side of that defensive line for West Deptford.
And they do give it to him. Presley picking his way, but I don't know. He's still battling. I don't think so. He doesn't have it.
I don't think he got it.
So a decision here by Zach Valentine. If he wants to gamble a little bit, he's got a fourth down and about a yard and a half. Trailing 31-0, and let's see if he goes for it.
You see 9 carries, 42 yards for Presley. Yeah, I think you have to go for it in this situation, down 31-0.
Good call by Valentine. Like to see this. Woodbury right at midfield, and they need a yard for the first down. Does Presley get it again?
I do it.
That's a good call, and he's going to have the first down. I like that call because everybody expecting Presley to run it right up the gut again, and they go outside and they get the first down with Smith. And Woodbury keeps possession.
Yeah, when you have a 265-pound fullback, it's not bad to have him as a blocker.
That's a good call by Valentine and staff. It'll be first down and 10, ball at the 47-yard line. With 4 minutes to play, third quarter, 31-0 West Deptford.
Go ahead.
McKinney has not carried the ball so far in the second half. Presley with the carry. Fights off a couple of tacklers, still battling for yardage. Has a nice run to about the 43-yard line. Presley picking up 5 in the play. 2nd and 5 coming up.
Again, back to Zach Valentine, Bob. You know his history. Now, how would you like the opportunity to play under a guy who has a ring on his finger, who's been through a lot in his career, and knows his game tremendously like that guy does?
Smith with the carry, and he gets first down yardage. Nice drive by Woodbury, and they seem to have their offense going nicely now.
Smith, a little change of pace, pops in there. He came into the game, 4 carries, 27 yards, and 3 touchdowns. Fights off a tackler.
So Woodbury with a 1st and 10 at the West Deptford 34-yard line. Halloween night at West Deptford High School, homecoming night, nice crowd on hand, absolutely perfect night weather-wise for a high school football game. Presley, workhorse, taking tacklers with him. Good job by Presley again. Like this drive by Woodbury there. You haven't packed it in at all, Shawn. Still battling.
Well, if you look at this game, the way it's turned out, Woodbury going down 21-0 with a couple of turnovers. That was a horrible start, but then they had the 2 opportunities to score touchdowns in the first half. So people are going to look at the score and think, oh, this game was totally dominated by West Deptford. It's only dominated on the scoreboard.
2nd down and 6. Miller will keep it. I'm not sure if that was it might have been a busted play, but he'll get a yard or 2. What is that? We don't have fog this early, do we, Shawn? What is that?
Well, remember I was telling you about the grilling?
Is that the hamburgers
grapefruit?
I smell?
That's hamburger.
Oh.
That's what they do here at West Deptford. They have this, they come right the grill, it goes over top of the field, it gets everybody really hungry, they come over and sell some great tasting burgers and dogs and whatever they got down there.
3rd down and 4 for the Thundering Herd. Miller, Kenny with his first run of the second half, and looks like he'll be short of the first run. They throw him back, but the spot will be up at about the 26-yard line. So it's going to be 4th down and about a yard for a first down. And again, Woodbury desperately needing to hold on to the football. 1:05 to go in the 3rd quarter. Woodbury trying to get on the scoreboard. They've been a scoring machine the last 4 games after being shut out by Paulsboro 13-0. 4th down and 1. Presley time again, perhaps. Presley right up the gut has the first down. Good job by Presley. Woodbury keeping possession at about the 21-yard line and a nice 5-yard 4th down pickup by Presley.
I love everything about number 22. And I'm going to go back a few plays ago where he came to the line of scrimmage. It was a 2nd down play, and he came up there kind of soft. He was kind of looking for a hole instead of just running for the first down when it was 2nd and very short. On that play, on 4th and 1, he just puts his head down and says, I'm going to run somebody over if they get in my way or I'm getting the first down. He was able to pick it up there.
Presley again. Not a lot doing. Gets it down to about the 20. Gain of about a yard in the play. 2nd down and 9, and that'll be the final play of the 3rd quarter. So Woodbury with possession time plus here in the 3rd quarter, but they still not on the scoreboard. So after 3 quarters from West Deptford High School, the undefeated West Deptford Eagles 31, Woodbury nothing. Second down and 9 for Woodbury as we start the 4th quarter. Shawn, Leary, and Bob Shryock from West Deptford High School. Miller with the late pitch.
Yeah, they're going to spot him down.
They're going to spot him down. Knee was down. So that'll bring up a 3rd and long for Woodbury. Woodbury has been able to move the football on West Deptford several times tonight, but they haven't pushed anything on the scoreboard yet. Another West Deptford High School. Miller with the late pitch. Was down.
You hear a whistle way later from that. They're trying to pitch it out to Grimes. They called him in the grasp and down on the field before he gets up pitching. I think that's a good call.
No gain on the play. 3rd down and 9.
This is, remember we were talking about old school in the opening. Old school. This is old school football here. Woodbury just playing power football right now. They're taking a lot of time off the clock, but this is their type of game. This is what they wanted to do early in the game.
Dead ball foul is called. Not too many penalties tonight.
That's been pretty.
Woodbury will back up 5. Danny Wilson making the call. There's the officiating crew.
And Wilson, Raymond, we've seen a couple of these guys, I believe last week. Scott Wagner. Scott Wagner,
we got
the Clearview softball coach.
Clock operator Gene Krawitz in here with us.
Yeah.
He's a West Deptford resident, and I think he's operated the clock in here for as long as Methuselah. He's been around for a long time. He's quite a guy. You know who Methuselah is, Shawn?
He's I think he's what's his name's uncle, Kingsway basketball coach. Jim Ambrosius, right?
That's him.
You're not going to get me again this year.
That's kind of an inside.
Yeah, man. People who watch basketball know what's up.
Gets left for Woodbury on a 3rd down and 14. Miller going deep. Couple of defenders out there. The ball is
Picked off, yeah.
Picked off, or was he out of the end zone?
Yeah, he's picked off by Tariq Howell. He's done a nice job defending the pass tonight. Tariq Howell just continuing to shut down Woodbury drives. This West Deptford defense.
Big rush
Miller
in the
just
play here. Forced a bad throw, I think.
Yeah, he just throws it up, trying to get one of his players to go up and get it.
Well, that's a great interception.
Yeah,
That is a great interception by Howell.
Nice body control. That's forcing, they tried to play action pass there and try to get something going. They're trying to roll the pocket. But Woodbury just unable to punch the ball into the end zone.
Frustrated again. Oh, here's one. 40, 50 for Wall. 40 again. 30. Finally knocked out of bounds, and Tom Walls, who coming into the game needed 209 yards to hit 1,000 in the season, probably not going to get there, but he's now well over 100 on that long run.
And believe it or not, looking downfield, he had Clyde Folsom, his coach, blocking for him. You're going to see Walls break through the line. Nice kick-out block there by Maxwell. And he's going to run down the field. And you're going to see, I think, Clyde Folsom come into play here, and he's looking to block somebody. He's looking to get a body on somebody. Here he comes running in.
That is a
53-yard
run by Tom Walls, and boy, that'll get him some pad his stats nicely tonight. A separate deep in Woodbury territory again. Nice cutback by Young, but he's not going very far. The Woodbury defense rises to the occasion. It'll be 2nd down for West Deptford. Walls with a 53-yard run, getting the Eagles out of deep in their own territory.
Just a terrific job by that West Deptford line. Tonight, Josh Nevid, C.J. Marina, Dom Liberto, Lonnie Robertson.
Ball at the
Clyde Folsom on the sideline.
26-yard line of Woodbury with a 2nd down and 10. Nearly breaking it. Denisi with the carry. His first carry of the night. Made a couple of great defensive plays at Denisi.
Yeah, good linebacker. They give him a chance to carry the football here. And makes a cut, goes upfield.
Picking his way. Nice run by Denisi. Almost broke it.
It's airborne.
Tackled by Elmore to save the touchdown.
Well, see, that's he doesn't get many carries, so he figures I'm going to try to leap into the end zone. I don't care if I'm at the 20 right now. If I get my chance, I'm going for it.
3rd down and 1. Walls will dance into the end zone easily on the touchdown run, his 3rd of the night. It's 37-0 West Deptford at the 8:44 mark. Tom Walls having another big ball game.
Old school right here. Straight handoff right up the middle with a fullback.
Look at that block.
Cuts it to the outside.
Tremendous blocking.
Forget about it. You're not going to be able to tackle him from behind.
3 touchdowns on the night, 19 on the season. 37-0 for undefeated West Deptford. Brownell has been perfect all night. He gets another great snap. I tell you, that's another thing. They just have no weakness. They even get great snaps every time.
Well, it all works together. Every good kicker is going to compliment
snapper? We got to credit that snapper. Who is that? Good luck. Well, he's a great snapper.
You know who you are out there.
Look at
this. Look at the numbers they put up.
The lowest number, 31 points they scored against Lindenwold. That's a good Lindenwold team, and they're going to have another big scoring night tonight. I don't recall a West Deptford team that put this many points on the board.
Now look at reaching the 50s 3 times this year. Knocking Haddonfield around, 45 points. Haddonfield was able to score again by throwing the ball through the air. Now they'll have Woodbury and Audubon. There's just absolutely no way West Deptford will lose to them, so they'll go into the playoffs undefeated. And here is the Woodbury schedule, and they put up some big numbers. Look at against Audubon, 55-14. Now, the score that really jumps out at you because it's offline a little bit. It's the Paulsbury game, not only because it's offline, but they're getting shut out by Paulsbury this year, 13-0.
We have a chance maybe to talk about the playoff picture, Shawn, because that's looming.
And then they come back later in the season and beat Lindenwold 34-0, and Haddon Heights the next week 27-7. Of course, Paulsboro lost to Haddon Heights this year.
Brownell with another long kickoff, taken at the 1 yard line by McKinney, picking his way and still on his feet, but it'll be called down. Excuse me, was that Smith or McKinney? I think that was.
I think that was McKinney.
Yeah, it was
He was
McKinney.
dancing up there a little bit. You get a good look. You can see that hamburger atmosphere here at West Deptford is.
You know, I
all
got
that grilling coming into the air. You can see a real good picture of that on the screen.
Brownell with another good job. They start from the 19-yard line, and that is the 4th time tonight they will have started inside the 20-yard line because of Brownell's deep kickoffs. That is very pivotal in this overall West Deptford game plan.
And I really don't know if West Deptford would keep a stat like that, but it'd be interesting to see what teams start and what the average would be.
Leslie still battling. He'll get a couple of yards to about the 21-yard line. 8 minutes, 30 seconds to play, and West Deptford has put this one away. They're going to be 7-0 after tonight. Impressive performance by West Deptford against a real good Woodbury football team.
And Woodbury, they can't hang their heads after this game. And they're playing a school that has to be up there as one of the best teams this year in South Jersey. Just too many weapons.
Miller looked like they had a little problem on the handoff, and he's going to be sacked for a loss by number 55, C.J. Marina. He lost the handle, yeah, and then he picks it up. Good camera work. And he's tracked down by Marina and pulled down. Good play by C.J. Marina, one of the senior leaders on this West Deptford team. 3rd down and 14.
It's a good camera work. How about the plays, the replay tonight by John Mondell? He's done a great job.
Very good. John Mondelli, the John Mondelli?
Yeah, they can believe it.
Bursting into the secondary is Smith. Nice run, and he will be very close to the 1st down. Smith's playing a nice ball game for Woodbury tonight, John.
Yeah, he's a senior playing in a big game for him. He gets a couple of carries. Good vision upfield. Presley throwing a nice block. The offensive line doing their job. He's running hard. Look, he's trying to run somebody over. Nice tackle there by Blake Smith.
Nice play. It was 1st down carry, so it's still Woodbury ball. They're at the 30-yard line. Presley with the carry, tripped up on a nice play by that Ed Denisi, who's made several outstanding defensive plays tonight. He's a good tackler.
Believe it or not, I mean, if you're Woodbury coming out of this game, you're disappointed. But when you look at the film, when you look at the yardage for both teams.
Well, they moved the ball.
Yeah, they've been able to really
move the ball.
Really hang with this team. The problem that they had was early in the 1st quarter with a couple of turnovers that they had. The punt that was mucked by the punter and then picked up for a score. And then, of course, Tom Walls doesn't hurt when he catches or puts his hands on the football. But other than that, Woodbury's done a decent job moving it downfield. They just can't punch it in.
Miller going deep. Nearly picked off. There's that Tariq Cal again. He almost has another interception. It'll be 3rd down and 5 for the Thundering Herd with 6 minutes to play.
Anybody scouting West Deptford, they're saying right now to themselves, don't throw it in the direction of Tariq Cal because he's not allowing anything. Gets good position on the ball, almost picks it off. They're looking for Kyle Harvey downfield. Tariq Cal, 6 foot, 165 senior.
They run a draw play with McKinney. McKinney fighting off tacklers, trying to get into the clear, and he will. McKinney to the 20, to the 30, to the 25, and a great run by McKinney on a draw play. Kind of an interesting draw play, and that was a great run by McKinney, who's going to be well over 100 yards tonight, Shawn.
Yeah, he has outstanding moves, and he's done a lot for this team this year. Switching from wide receiver, simple little draw play. Nice job of shaking a couple of tackles, uses his blocker, sets them up nicely. Good footwork by him. Nice explosiveness. The cousin of Bryant McKinney.
Still battling. Good job by Woodbury. Woodbury's still in there battling away. I like to see this.
Yep. Like you said earlier, this team's not going to quit, not under Coach Valentine.
That's Smith again. Smith's had a nice ball game. His carry for 7 yards makes it 2nd down and 3. And the ball is at the 15-yard line. Woodbury has had several opportunities tonight. They still haven't gotten on the scoreboard. 2nd and 3. Presley has a hole. And Presley will have the first down.
And one of the reasons maybe Tariq Callis had such a big game, but I don't know if you knew this, he transferred from Woodbury after his freshman year and came to West Deptford. And in his senior year, going up against his old buddies, he played with McKinney and Presley and Miller.
He's had a good ball game. First down and goal, the ball at the 9-yard line. Step knocked down at about the 6 or 7. Woodbury has had 1st and goal 3 times tonight. They still haven't pushed one in. I think they really need to score here.
I agree with you. I think it would be a little bit of momentum going. Yeah, morale to punch one in. And they've been close.
2nd and goal at the 7. 4 minutes, clock running. Presley battling. He is into the end zone for a touchdown. Great run by Presley. Woodbury with a touchdown at the 3-minute 46-second mark. Woodbury finally on the scoreboard, 38-6. Nice run by Presley. Good blocking inside to open the hole for him. I thought that was impressive, Shawn. They're out of the football game down 38-0. It was a nice drive, well executed, nice run in there by McKinney to help set it up.
And that's, you know what it is, Bob? It's coaching. A good coach is going to keep his guys into the game and say, look, you better stay focused. You get back out there and keep plugging away. The coach that doesn't have a disciplined team, you're going to see quitters on it.
Alley-oop pass, knocked away, no good. We'll take timeout from West Deptford High School. 38-6, West Deptford with the lead. Good look here, Shawn, at the touchdown run by Presley.
Yeah, straight up the middle. Get the ball to the fullback, doing a nice job by the offensive line of getting the helmet on their man right in front of him. Basically, Presley just walks into the end zone. Yeah, he's got to be disappointed. His final game against West Deptford, a big rivalry game with him and teammate McKinney, Tyne Grimes, quarterback Miller.
There is the West Deptford cheerleading squad, and there's a lot of them. They have one of the biggest cheerleading groups I've seen in a long time. They've had a lot to cheer about tonight. Their team about to remain undefeated at 7-0.
One girl, she must be a freshman in the front. She was kind of little. Of course, I'm kidding. She's got to be 5 or 6.
Oh, we could see an onside kick here. Woodbury would love to have the ball back. West Deptford anticipating an onsider. And that's what they get. Good onside kick. The ball is loose. Nice job of coverage. And West Deptford covers. 3:44 to play, 38-6 West Deptford with the lead, and they have the football at their own 43-yard line with a new quarterback in the game.
Yeah, bringing in some young guys. Starters did their job tonight. They're going to keep their perfect record intact. This is a talented team, West Deptford.
That's Giuliani, who's not in the program. They have so many on the program. And I was talking to Coach Folsom before the game about number 34. Giuliani is a freshman. He said he's probably the fastest kid in the team. We're going to be hearing a lot more from him. Gets a carry.
I'm telling you, this West Deptford team's going to be good for a few years. They have, you see it from midget football. You look at the scores in the Gloucester County Times, you're going to see these names that have appeared the last couple of years start popping up on this roster. And they've got some really talented players coming through this program.
Straight ahead for a couple of yards.
People have been talking about Cordell Young. His freshman started last year to battle some injuries. But his brother, Andrew Young, they're going to be a very, very talented group in the next 2, 3, 4 years.
We have a quarterback who's not on the roster, Shawn. Third down and 7. There's some running room for another one of the young backs in the game. That is 21, A.J. Bunton. Bunton is only a sophomore, gets first down yardage into Woodbury territory at the 41-yard line, and he has very positive yardage.
We got the luxury to hang out up here in West Deptford with Bob Byatt. He tells us Casey Havers is a quarterback who hands off to Burton here. Burton just cutting to the outside. Nice block there by number 34.
Giuliani is hemmed in, and he's going to be dropped for a loss. So the youngsters getting an opportunity for West Deptford. Clock down to 2:15, 2:14, and West Deptford about to put number 7 on the season in the winning column. Yeah, Folsom, I talked to Folsom before the game about the youth of how young his team is, and he said, we're going to have a pretty good team next year, right? I think with his second carry, and again he has some room before he is knocked down hard. But a nice tackle by Lamar Lancaster, only a freshman for Woodbury, number 9.
He's another guy you're going to be hearing about. 5'7", 152, the freshman. Should do some nice things. Here you see the Group 1 PowerPoints. Shryock at top. We saw them a couple of weeks ago against Glassboro at 3. And there's Woodbury. Will be stuck on 29 after this week. Shryock, I believe they have Pensgrove on their schedule. Pensgrove's not going to give them too many PowerPoints.
5 straight ahead and nothing doing there. The carry by John Brownell, a sophomore.
Here you see West Deptford third in the PowerPoint seating. They'll gain a little bit here from Woodbury tonight. Audubon's not going to give them much, so they probably won't go in as a top seed. Moorestown Overbrook's got a tough assignment next week with Deptford on the schedule.
Under a minute in the football game. 4th down and about 6 for West Deptford. Havers at quarterback, movement on the right side. This will cost the Eagles 5.
Dead ball foul, false
Havers'
start
dad,
on
former
the offense.
quarterback at
Still 4th
Rowan
down.
University.
Is that right?
That's right. 4th down and about 10.
Not what we expected. You see on the scoreboard with 28, now 27 seconds left, counting down. A 38-6 lead for West Deptford.
They'll keep it on the ground with Giuliani, and Giuliani trying to break a tackle, pulls one with him for a couple of yards. That'll turn the ball over to West Deptford, or to Woodbury, and they'll have a chance for a couple of plays. 18 seconds to go. So we'll go down in the field after the game and try to have a couple of interviews for you. "18 seconds left. Keep it on the ground. That Smith is a battler, Shawn.
Yeah, I really like what I see from the senior. And they really do have some nice skill position players, this Woodbury. With Smith, McKinney, Grimes, and of course, big number 22.
That might be the last play of the football game. 5 seconds to go, 4. Wait a minute, are they going to call timeout? The clock ran out, but did Woodbury call timeout before that? That'll be the end of the football game. Final score, West Deptford 38, Woodbury 6. West Deptford remains undefeated at 7-0. We'll come back with some interviews right after this. Final score, West Deptford 38, Woodbury 6. West Deptford moves to 7-0 in the season. A happy coach, Clyde Folsom. Clyde, kind of a bizarre start to this football game. We had an interesting stat. You led 21, at the point you led 21-0. You only had possession for 54 seconds. Kind of a weird start. But of course, your team recovered 2 fumbles and then they blocked a punt. That was the start of the ball game.
Well, we felt if we were going to win the game tonight, we had to come out and jump on them early. And we were very fortunate to have had the fumbles. And our kids made plays and they responded well. And a team like Woodbury, you want to get them in the hole early and get them out of some of the things they normally do. Because when they get in rhythm, they can be very difficult to stop.
You have all the components necessary for a winning football team, Clyde. But I want to talk about your kicker a little bit, because seldom do you see a high school kicker pin a team as often as Brownell does for you. Not only is he good on the extra points and the field goals, but he pins that team almost every time.
Jake's been progressively improving each year with his distance on his kickoffs. He's next to perfect on his extra points. It's something he's been doing for 8 years now, and once again, he continues to improve, and he is quite a weapon, because if the ball's in the end zone, that means teams have to drive 80 yards to stick in the end zone. That's a difficult thing to do in high school unless you're a much more dominant team.
Clyde, you got to be happy with him. Woodbury, a real good football team. They moved the ball fairly well on you. You kept them out of the end zone except for the end of the game one time. But they're a good team you beat tonight.
Very proud of the effort of our guys, and we really felt if we were going to win the game tonight that we had to play great team defense, and I thought we really did. And I think that's our best effort defensively of the year, and and that's important at this point in the season because of the teams we have down the road.
Clyde, thanks. Good luck the rest of the way.
Thank you.
Shawn?
And I have the workhorse for West Deptford, number 4, Tommy Walls. And Tom, another big game for you, a lot of carries, 3 touchdowns. Tell me about the first touchdown.
Well, first off, we figured that coming out in the game, we would have to jump all over them early. And I really feel that when we first went down, and I had about, I don't know if it was 19, 20-yard touchdown run, it was just explode. I had to explode right through the hole. That's good.
Go ahead.
Okay.
You exploded through the hole,
and then at the last second, I saw a guy come on about the 10-yard line, come on and jump on my back, and I just carried him the rest of the way.
And then you reach out and score the touchdown. 3 touchdowns, great offensive night, great numbers always. Tom Walls is going to give Woodbury and any of his opponents a very solid effort offensively. And we have also here Lonnie Robertson. And Lonnie, I was talking about the hamburgers in the air. You could see the smoke. And what does Lonnie do as soon as the game's over?
I got a hamburger.
He got a hamburger. He was smelling it in the air. He had to get the hamburger. Actually, you had a little side bet going with somebody across the field.
Our coach Harvey, his little brother plays for Woodbury, Kyle Harvey. He's a good player. And I told him he's a hard hitter, and I'm just going to go and try to hit him every time I get a chance. And I had a few chances, and I got one. I squared up with him, and I hit him. And I told Coach Harvey, I said, hey, do I get a burger for that one? And he said, yeah, I'll get you one.
So there you go. See, them burgers. You could smell them in the air, and you immediately go get one, Lonnie. And we also have, I'm taking the lineman this time, because the lineman did a great job tonight. Here's Ron Wilson. Another great job by the offensive line. Big games coming up now once the playoffs start getting in gear. Tell me about this performance tonight by this team and how it'll propel you going into the playoffs.
This is a big line, and we're not used to seeing these big lines because we're a little smaller. Mm-hmm. So down the road we'll see this big experienced linemen. So taking them on, we'll get used to doing that, and help us in the playoffs. And
these weapons really make you guys look good, don't they?
Oh yeah.
It's nice to have Cordell back there, of course, Tom and Dave Maxwell, Scrotto in the back. I mean, how good are we seeing these weapons become and mature as a football team?
It's going real well, and they're young, so they're going to be there for a while, so that's good. And I'm just proud to be a blocker for them.
Well, you're doing a nice job of that. See, this was my night to dedicate it to the offensive line for West Deptford. They never get any pub, Bob, so we get them on, get their faces on there.
Get those linemen in there because they do a great job for this football team. Shawn, you indicated a couple times there's a surprise to us tonight. Woodbury, good football team, and we thought it would be closer, but I think that's kind of indicative of just how good this West Deptford team is.
Right. Yeah, West Deptford really. I mean, Woodbury came out, and we saw them tonight. They moved the football, but they just were not able to punch it into the end zone. Had some mistakes early on, and West Deptford just capitalized. You can't allow a team with that many weapons to get great field position, and it started off like you said, a complete team, the foot of Jake Purnell.
Well, the first 5 minutes they go up 21-0. It's pretty hard to come back against a team as good as West Deptford when you get in a 21-0 hole that early. Special teams had a lot to do with it. The block punt was big. The 2 fumble recoveries were big, and Woodbury was fighting an uphill battle after that.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. First 5 minutes of the game, you're down 21-0. It's hard to come back from that. West Deptford has everything here. They had the great food, the great atmosphere here, and they gave haircuts at halftime. And I was able to
well, I guess the jury is still out with the playoffs coming up, just how good this West Deptford team is. But some, as I indicated, still think this could be the best West Deptford team ever. Oh, yeah, and they did nothing tonight to dissuade the way those people feel.
They should be the favorite in Group 2. Woodbury, Shryock, maybe possible down the road in Group 1. That should be a great one.
Woodbury's better than a 38-6 team, and I think we'll see that before the end of the season.
Don't count out Paulsbury either.
Okay, final score is West Deptford 38, Woodbury 6. West Deptford moves to 7-0 in the season. For Shawn, Leary, this is Bob Shryock. Thanks for watching on Comcast.